away we go.
Woo!
Welcome, everybody, to the 4th episode of the Nonsensical Nobodies. I am Jeb Duke, joined here with...
Papa MacArthur.
Yay.
One of these days, you're going to forget how many episodes we've done.
No, never.
No, because we're going to quit in 2 months.
No, never quit.
We have to do something to keep your minds occupied, especially you right now.
Yes. We're just starting right off with the depressing news.
Oh, yeah, all the depressing news. Might as well. No, you were in the middle of not working. What has it been, all week?
Yeah, it's been a grand total of a week.
Because we are basically
We're burning up.
What's that?
We're burning up.
Yeah. Our world is literally on fire. Luckily, where we're at, it's not like right next to us.
No, but we still got the effects. It's like November fog outside, and it's 100% smoke.
Yeah. But here we whine about a little bit of smoke, and then there's people that have actually lost stuff.
Oh yeah,
which that really sucks.
It does. Well, yes, there's people that lost stuff. There's people that lost homes, lost family members. I heard about 7 that have been lost in the Holiday Farm fire.
Oh, I didn't hear about that. That's
as of right now.
That puts an additional blanket of depression on it.
Exactly. But the thing about, it is, these fires aren't just affecting just a small little immediate area. You look at the satellite pictures, smoke is just covering. You can't tell where the coast is.
No, and
it's just like the eastern deserts of La Pine. Everywhere from there over is just a thing of smoke. You can't see the ground.
No, and you ask, especially the old timers and everything like that, most of them will tell you this is the worst they have ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm not that old, but it's the worst I've ever seen living on the coast. I don't remember this many days with smoke. It's been a couple weeks.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was just ironically, I was just showing my uncle a picture that I took a couple years ago of what we experienced was the worst. And it was just kind of that high, overcast, still kind of smoky. We thought it was a little hard to breathe. And it's like, man, this kind of sucks.
Yeah, I remember that.
We didn't know what was coming.
No, and it kind of gives you a new, like a new, for lack of a better word, appreciation for that fire down in Paradise last year. Where the whole town of Paradise went up.
Yep.
Yeah, you talk about a bad day.
Yep. Whole town of Blue River's gone. Almost all of Lincoln City, if not all of Lincoln City's gone.
Lincoln City?
Lincoln City.
I
might be wrong.
Mill City was...
Oh, Mill City's completely gone.
Yeah.
I know Lincoln City evacuated.
Yeah, they evacuated. But, yeah, it's...
Next couple of days, we need rain.
Oh, gosh.
Bottom line, we just need a little bit of rain.
Or at least, I know it sucks for, being able to see it. At the very least, fog or something.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's ridiculous.
Something to slow it down.
Yeah. I still don't think even if we got like a good solid week of, decent for fighting fires weather, I bet you loggers don't go in the woods for at least another 3-4 days. You would know better than me at this point.
Yeah. I'm thinking probably they would need at least I would say just ballpark 75% containment on that fire, holiday farm fire, for anybody to go back.
Yeah. I mean,
And then after we go back, we're logging black.
Yeah, our log yard already has some black logs right in the front. Mm-hmm. It's like, where the heck did you guys come from? You know.
Well, yeah, and probably from the the Frontline crew, because they said they're logging it right behind the fire line cutters.
Speaking of Frontline crew,
yes,
your dad is kind of he's not necessarily fighting the fire like throw on the safety suit and everything, but your cousin,
yes,
who owns the company that you work for,
yep,
he got the call, hey, we need a couple bunchers.
Mm-hmm. So yep, he is cutting the fire line to kind of contain this thing, keep it from spreading onto private land as much as they possibly can. So he is out doing that for until further notice, is what he said.
Yeah.
Until it's out.
Well, we'll definitely. I know I am. I'm definitely keeping him in my thoughts, and I don't know who all listens to this. If you're into that, but keep all of our workers, firefighters, first responders, and now loggers and all that stuff, keep them in your thoughts and prayers.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't
Absolutely.
pray, just keep them in your thoughts.
Yep.
That'd be really cool.
Yep. All we can get. But yep. So kind of touched a little bit on, I've been out of work for a week. My machine actually got burned up in that fire.
Yes, it did. You showed me a couple pictures, and it looks it looks like something out of a post-apocalyptic storybook.
Oh yeah, I had a 102-inch stainless steel whip CB antenna. It's a decent size. I would say it's about 1/4 inch thick. Maybe not that much, but yeah, you look at the pictures, completely melted. It's gone.
Yeah,
it just.
That's how hot it gets. With
oh
this.
Yeah, Uncle was saying that he came up to the back of his machine and he said, I had to stop for a second because it looked like ice crystals coming off the back of the machine. Well, it was little aluminum stalactites from just his radiator or whatever was back there, just melted and just oozing through.
Yeah, I know that aluminum has a lower melting point than steel does,
mm-hmm.
but
it's still got to get hot.
How hot does it have to get to melt aluminum? That's I mean, that kind of stuff is no joke. When you're melting metal, that is no joke.
Nope.
Yeah, it's didn't. Now your uncle lost one or two machines.
He lost the one machine, and the other one is salvageable.
Well, sort of.
We're going to see what happens with it.
Yeah.
Because the Lexan, which is probably, 1/2 inch thick, pretty much the windows on it, same stuff they use on
race cars,
bulletproof glass, super thick polycarbonate. They bubbled. So that's how hot it got. Kind of melted it out just a little bit. But he said he fired it up and it started fine. But there's a lot of rubber seals and rubber hoses that also experience that heat, which don't like temperatures above 250 degrees.
Yeah. So
and it definitely got hotter than that if it's going to melt the Lexan off.
Yeah, so it'll definitely be interesting to see what happens in the days to come when he starts running it.
Mm-hmm.
So he lost one, and the other one got we'll just call it
We'll call it to be determined.
To be determined.
He's going to try.
And then you guys, I say you guys because your uncle contracts for your cousin.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm trying to make sure that I don't say too much, and it's really hard. So then you guys lost. Your machine?
Lost. Let's see. That one.
Holy crap!
So 3.
So
yeah, 3 in total.
So
all together, the company as like a whole, including contractors, who lost 4.
Oof. Mm-hmm. And for those of you keeping total at home, if you were to replace all that, that's probably
one of them's over $500,000. One of them is $600,000.
Yeah.
Mine was about $500,000 to $600,000. The other two, I think they're like $450,000, maybe getting up into the 500s.
So we're talking all rigged up and everything north of $2 million in equipment.
2.5 to 3 million, yeah.
Oh. Mm-hmm. I can't even fathom those. I mean, and this is just because I'm a cheap person. I can't even fathom those numbers, and especially somebody, that I mean, I don't know them all that well, but somebody that I personally know, it's like, how do you do that? Well, that's what insurance is for, guys.
Exactly.
I mean, not to say that, hey, don't worry about it, because it still sucks. Mm-hmm. But thank goodness he's got insurance for, I'm
crazy
sure
not to in this state.
What's that?
It'd be crazy not to have insurance in this state.
Especially with a logging operation, But thank goodness that, as far as I'm assuming, since you haven't said anything, thank goodness that no person got hurt. It was just
because we were out of there. That this all took place the day after Memorial Day.
Yeah.
So everybody's already
Labor Day. You mean
Labor Day?
Yeah.
I always get.
Oh yeah.
I always get them backwards mixed up. So Labor Day, everybody's already taken that off, and then I get the text message. Okay, level 4 until further notice. They don't want us in the woods while we get this crazy 35 mile an hour, 102 degree weather over there.
Yeah, I remember it. It seemed like the day after we recorded last week's podcast that it everything just kind of hit the floor. Everything was just going crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, holy crap.
Yep. Just the one spark on one power line, and then just, what are we up to now? 167,000 acres or something like that?
Something ridiculous. I don't know. And I've heard little spot fires here and there, like right there on the highway, right through Lakeside.
Yep.
Right there on the hill, like a little spot fire started.
Mm-hmm.
And they had to battle that. I mean, They had to, it took them a couple, 2-3 hours just to get that one out. I mean, that gives you a scope of how difficult it is to do that.
Oh, yeah. Well, I've seen pictures of it. I mean, where it started, almost plumb vertical.
Yeah.
So you got to somehow get ahead of the fire. It's going to travel up.
Oh, yeah.
You got to climb ahead of, nature itself to put the thing out.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Not a good, no bueno. No bueno.
Then you have Eugene, where you got people
lighting
fireworks. And
what?
Yeah. There was a dude that was lighting off the mortar rounds, fireworks. Just, I don't know if he was trying to do it intentionally or if he was just having a good time. But there was that guy. There was a guy in Dexter Lowell area
Oh, I heard about.
that was starting fires out in the brush.
See, I'm not necessarily an advocate of violence. I'm really not, and I don't condone it to a point. But people like that need their teeth kicked in.
The Swede needs a Swede pipe.
What a Swede is. Well, for us, a Swede, it's just basically a flatbed or a log truck bar that you use to tighten your binders or your straps down with.
Exactly.
You know.
But it is
Excuse me.
they're all different shapes and sizes, but just about a yardstick length.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
about a yard long.
3-4 feet, something like that.
Piece of pipe.
Yeah.
Really handy.
It is really handy. But yeah, I don't people like that suck. People in general suck right now.
Well, yeah, and then you have people looting houses that are evacuated because of fires threatening to burn the homes.
Yeah, it's like
Those people grab the bare necessities, pictures, clothing.
sometimes they can't even grab their pictures. Like literally,
No,
if they
they're
don't,
grabbing a go bag and they're out of there.
yeah. If that, I guess what the way that it works is that you basically, like, if you're on level 1, they tell
ready.
you to get ready. Level 2, they tell you, hey, you guys probably need to start packing your stuff just in case. And then if it's level 3, it's like, you guys need to go now.
Yeah, what are you still doing here?
Yeah, it's like you guys need to be out of here in 5 minutes. And if I remember right, they like in some of the smaller communities, they actually send the cops in there and they literally give them only like 5 minutes.
Oh yeah.
So if you don't already have your pickup or car or whatever loaded up, you're SOL. You grab your bag or you grab some clothes and you are out the door.
Yep. And there's a lot of people, fortunately they have properties elsewhere. They're just like, okay, I'm going to grab the most important stuff on a level 1 and I'm just going to boogie out. I'll watch the news and wait till the fires go out and then I'll go back and see what I'm dealing with.
Oh yeah. Well, you heard what happened with the wife, right? Her little adventure?
Which one? The flat tire or
Yes, apparently you have heard that one.
I got the phone call about that one.
It was that whole situation, and I'm not saying that she shouldn't have done that. That's not what I'm saying at all. But that whole situation just turned into a freaking nightmare. I mean, it was just one thing after another after another.
Current car manufacturers, why did you quit putting in spare tires?
Right, guys? Let's really?
A can of slime is not going to fix a gash in the tire.
I didn't think she got a gash.
I'm just saying in general.
Oh, yeah.
Because her can of slime or whatever she has back there ain't gonna...
I don't even think she has that, does she?
I thought that's what it was. I thought it was a can of slime and a little dinky cigarette lighter air compressor.
No, if she had that, she'd have been on her way.
Right.
Because excuse me, and I cannot remember the name of the shop that helped her, but see, we're kind of going to have a little bit of social commentary on this right now. And I understand why people don't, because of the world we live in right now and before. But you see somebody on the side of the road have a, blatantly flat tire, and they're like away from their car, that kind of thing. They've got their cell phone out trying to, call out, and 50, 60 cars go by. And, I kind of understand people don't necessarily, especially in that situation, they don't have their head on right. They're not really thinking, they're just thinking, oh gosh, we got to go.
Right. Given that situation, I think, honestly, okay, other than us immediately, who do you know that carries around tools to work on their vehicle?
No, you're absolutely right. Nobody does.
If nobody's carrying around tools for helping, at least, then car parked on the side of the road, people just figure, what am I going to do?
Give them a ride to where there's cell phone service because you know darn good and well you don't have cell phone service where you're at.
I ain't letting them in my car.
Well,
And that's the mentality of people.
exactly.
I picked up hitchhikers. It's fine. Sometimes.
Well, for the most part, it is.
For the most part, it is. I'm not saying pick up everybody that you see on the side of the road. There is some discretion
use your judgment. Use
my favorite one I learned this week was use your eye-chrometer.
Yeah.
Use
exactly.
your eye-chrometer, gauge it like, oh, he's got the crystal meth smile. I'm thinking I'm just gonna let him walk.
Yeah, and it just sucks because you can't just say, "Oh, you got to help people," because that's when you get.
You can't go from one extreme to the other. It's like I'm not going to help anybody on the side of the road, or I'm going to help everybody on the side of the road because that's how you get stabbed.
Yeah, exactly.
Or
you have. Yeah, it's just. It really sucks that there's people out there that completely ruin it. It sucks that there's people out there that ruin people. Mm-hmm. Because back in the day, it was, not a problem to help somebody out on the side of the road. Now, it's like, is this person going to stab me while I'm trying to change their tire?
Yeah. They're going to say, hey, come take a look at this. Now give me your wallet.
Exactly. It's just... It's pretty sucky, but you got to use your best discretion.
Exactly.
And even at that, sometimes it doesn't work.
Exactly, but no, I yearn for the days where, truck driver. Hey, where are you going? All right, I'll, take you as far as I'm headed. Cool story for you. Speaking of hitchhikers, my oldest uncle, or I guess he would be a great uncle on my dad's side.
Okay.
I think he did that from Spokane, Washington, all the way down to Sacramento. He hitchhiked.
Oh, wow.
He didn't have a car. I need to double check this story, but I'm pretty sure that's about how it goes. Is he was either going from Sacramento up to Spokane or Spokane to Sacramento. He hitchhiked the whole way, and didn't get mugged, didn't get stabbed. Of course, this is like 1954.
Yeah, where you have to be a pretty terrible person back in those days to do that.
Mm-hmm. But that was back in the time where it's like hitchhikers, it's like, he's not going to murder me.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, and vice versa, too. If, you could be the hitchhiker and get murdered because, it's like, well, nobody knows you.
Yep. Cool part of that story is, I want to say he was in Nevada, and a guy picked him up. Where are you headed? Oh, I'm going to Spokane. He's like, all right, well, I'll take you as far as, say, Salt Lake City.
It's going a little
wide. Well, the guy was headed to Salt Lake City. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
people aren't going to go out of the. Oh, you're going to Spokane? Well, I'll just drive you right there.
Well, yeah.
And so he's like, I'll take you as far as Salt Lake City. Okay, that's fine. And the guy's like, well, I'm pretty tired. Do you mind driving? No, I don't mind driving at all. And the dude literally swapped places with him, laid on the back bench, and slept for a couple hours till they got to Salt Lake City.
That's hilarious.
Turns out, if I remember the story right, the guy was actually an FBI agent on the road.
Really?
So he's like, the great uncle finally asked him, he's like, why'd you trust me to drive? He's like, I'm an FBI agent. And he showed him his badge and his gun. And he's like, I knew you weren't going to do anything stupid. If you were, I would have had it handled.
Yeah, pretty much. That is kind of a cool story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, speaking of yearning for the classics, I know you wanted to talk a little bit about your favorite classic TV shows.
I like how you just segued right into that. That was
smooth.
minty right there.
Buttery smooth.
Buttery smooth, yes. No, we were discussing what are we going to talk about, because we have that problem every week. But no, growing up, we used obviously, us as kids, we used to watch. Well, it was mostly Saturday morning cartoons, and I know a lot of the previous generation, they did the old school Looney Tunes like Bugs Bunny, Sylvester the Cat, that type of thing. Tweety Bird. Classic, and they had that like on the Saturday morning type stuff. But I kind of ventured to, and I can never remember what station these played on. This is the dumbest thing, but you remember like DuckTales. Now I'm drawing a blank. DuckTales, Chippendale Rescue Rangers,
Tailspin.
Yes, Tailspin.
Yes.
Okay, didn't they have the best intro music?
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Absolutely.
Come on, DuckTales.
What do you want me to sing?
Sorry for that.
You want me to start singing it?
No. See, why do you gotta embarrass me about that?
I don't even remember the words.
I do. I'm just not gonna say them right now. But no, like that and the Chippendale theme.
Oh, that was catchy too.
They all were.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
hey, give it to the creators, sound engineers. You want that to stick for you for years. How old are you? And you probably you can still hear it in your head right now.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm 33 years old, and I still remember most of the lyrics to most of the title themes.
Oh yeah, theme songs. Well, it's just they designed them so well and to be so earwormy. Except
to parents. Could you imagine how badly parents hate? Like we're saying all these, and if there's anybody who's listening who is an older parent, they're just like, "Oh God, I hate that
show." I feel bad for them today because some of the dumb theme music they have to deal with today. I know this is a years old, but like Dora the Explorer or any of those.
See, you're I got out of cartoons a long time ago.
Well,
so I
did I. I'm sure we got out of cartoons about the same time, but I'm just 10 years past you.
I don't even know what the Dora the Explorer, theme song sounds like at all.
No, I'm drawing a blank on that one too. Luckily, I didn't have a younger sister. I didn't have to deal with that.
No, she had to deal with your
yes. Hey, Thomas had a pretty good one too.
Oh yes.
So good it became a meme.
It really did. Okay, I love exactly. I love the meme where they put it's
Pick one.
Notorious B.I.G.
Yeah.
Right.
It just fits so perfectly.
It is. It does.
A perfect matchup.
Oh, what was the... I was watching something the other day, and it was that video that I sent you where it's... I think it... hang on, I got to look this up.
While he's looking that up, yeah, Thomas the Tank Engine was a pretty earwormy kids cartoon theme song. And another one that came to mind, I watched a little bit of Darkwing Duck.
Yes.
And a little bit of Tailspin. Never got into Chippendale. Never got into DuckTales. Not really. I would catch it when it came on, but I think I only caught like 2 episodes or something like that.
And see, that was kind of where I was with Tailspin. Like, I would watch it when it was on, but I never went out of my way to catch it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, growing up, we kind of watched it. Last night, I convinced him to watch Hot Wheels Highway 35 World Race, which all the music in that is memorable. It's pretty good. But the ones I remember are the sequel movies, the Hot Wheels Acceleracers. You know, are you ready for the race of a lifetime? It's pretty good.
This is where it shows you are younger than me.
Yeah, okay, come on. It's pretty much
it's nostalgia.
I get it. It's the Fast and the Furious cartoon, pretty close. Only it's interdimensional racing, but it's like tuners versus muscle.
Yeah,
you know, it's the Metal Maniacs versus the Tech Who.
Oh gosh, I hate those names. Oh,
Metal Maniacs. Okay, I can deal with that, but the Tech Who. No.
Yeah. So I found what I was.
Oh boy, are you gonna play the sound?
No, I can't. I don't think I can play the sound.
Yeah.
But okay, suffice it to say, it is the Power Rangers theme song.
That's right.
Mashed up with, what is it?
It says right there.
Yeah, I know it does. I'm having to wait for it to come. Master Puppets by Metallica.
That's right. Yeah.
And it actually sounds really cool. I'm like, what is this? Why does this work so well?
Oh man.
Yeah, and I'm not sure that I can actually play that, and I don't want to get us in trouble already.
Probably not.
You know,
to be safe, we won't.
Yeah, but just suffice it to say,
send me the link to that one, and I will put it in the description down below, and people can check it out for themselves.
I already did send it to you.
That was last week, man.
That was this week.
That was man.
It's just
that would require me going into my phone, getting into my SMSs,
dude.
And
I just had to do that. What's your problem?
Actually, clicking into it to see which one it is.
Kids these days.
All right,
so like the old "get off my lawn" guy. Get off my lawn.
Oh, good old Clint Eastwood.
Yes.
So we talked about classic cartoons and their theme songs. Let's go ahead a little bit with some of the memorable theme songs or TV shows, whichever you want to do, from your childhood. Did you ever watch, say, MacGyver?
You know, I didn't really get into TV per se. Like, I didn't have a TV of my own till I was a little bit older. Mm-hmm. And at that point, I didn't really have anything that I, sought out to watch. I watched a lot of Star Trek because that's what I like to.
The Next Generation.
A lot of Next Generation, a little bit of Deep Space Nine.
Oh,
Yeah. When Voyager came out, I was a little bit older, and I, had started doing my own stuff.
I ain't gonna be a Trekkie.
Yeah. And then as I've gotten older, it's like, oh, that's really kind of cool stuff.
Oh yeah,
Especially Patrick Stewart, my terrible, terrible English accent.
Oh
But yeah, never got into MacGyver. I know, terrible.
man,
I know.
I am younger than you, and I got into MacGyver.
You also got into MASH, though.
Yeah, yeah. You want to talk about memorable theme songs,
Right?
Oh, do you know? Okay, here's a little pop quiz for you. What is the name of the theme song to MASH? Because it's terrible.
Because it's terrible. What is it?
Suicide is Painless.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's how the chorus goes. 'Cause suicide is painless. Ba, ba,
Wow.
ba. I found that out later in life. I found that out like last year, and I'm like, how did that get past? I guess there was no no censor, not censors like there are today.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, like I haven't watched that many episodes of MASH. Mm-hmm. There's no lyrics to it.
No, so it was an action. It is not. It was like it passed away or something. No, it is an actual song from the day.
Yeah,
but they just stripped the lyrics out of it to make the theme song for MASH.
Wow,
it's
holy crap. That's dark.
And I can't remember because I didn't see it, but I think they used it with the lyrics for the MASH movie, if I'm not mistaken.
You would know more than me at this point.
That's the one with Donald Sutherland in it.
Isn't he in the TV show, though?
Donald Sutherland is not in the TV show.
Really?
Donald Sutherland is only in the movie.
Interesting.
Yeah, no, that was... Parents knew how to make me happy. Of course, you throw anything in front of a kid and it's like, oh, it's my favorite thing now. But they did it right. They did. I started off with Gilligan's Island. All 3 seasons of that. There was only 3 seasons. The first one was black and white, and then the last 2 were color.
Yeah.
Then it transitioned into MASH.
Okay.
And then that transitioned into MacGyver.
Okay.
So I started with, you kind of grow up with cartoons.
Yeah.
It's easy. You turn, like you said, turn the TV on Saturday morning. It's cartoons.
Exactly.
But, yeah, that was Christmas presents, birthday gifts was, here's the next season of MASH that we found, or the next season of MacGyver that we found.
See, that was because you're a little younger than me. Mm-hmm. You like they had the box sets and everything.
They had the DVD sets.
Didn't have none of that when I was.
That's true.
But no, what the heck did I grow up with? A lot of just random cartoon stuff like that. I got in. I do remember I got into Tiny Toons. You remember Tiny Toon Adventures? Yes, you do. You weren't a fan?
Give me the original. Give me the original Looney Tunes.
Oh,
Tiny Toons was painful to watch.
What?
To me.
Oh, you're so wrong.
Oh, it was so painful.
You young whippersnapper.
Why do they all wear diapers?
They don't.
Oh, I'm thinking of something different.
You're thinking Muppet Babies.
No.
You have to be, because Tiny Toons they were kind of a, like, there was a couple episodes where they flashbacked to when they were, babies, what have you. Mm-hmm. But for the most part, throughout most of the series, they were kind of like preteens or like teenager-ish.
Really?
I think you're thinking Muppet Babies.
I'm not thinking Muppet Babies. Okay, we are thinking of the same thing.
You're just thinking of a terrible, terrible episode, apparently.
Apparently, because I only saw one, and it was... Okay, they're not wearing diapers. I remembered... I think the episode I saw, they were all kind of... They were the babies, and they were in diapers.
Yeah, I
and
think...
I was... No.
Yeah, I think you just had a bad episode, because most of...
And that's unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
It is, because it was a decent show. Like, if I remember right, that was kind of the gateway to Animaniacs, too.
Now, Animaniacs, I can get behind.
Yeah.
Oh. No. Isn't it funny how one episode, if you catch the wrong episode, just kills you off of the show? The show for good, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
Hard to bring people back.
Perfect example. So, and we're jumping way ahead. House of Cards.
Yep.
My brother tells me, "Oh yeah, that show's kind of, that show's all right, but you're not gonna like the first episode." Why? Because he chokes a dog to death. What the hell? What? So I've never watched the TV show because I have a dog, and what?
You have to muscle through that. The rest of the show is good, but you have to muscle through that first episode. And it's the introduction, you can't really skip it.
And especially now with how terrible Kevin Spacey turns out to be in real life, it's just like, do I really want to? No, not really.
Yeah. I still think it was a good show.
And it probably was.
With Kevin Spacey.
It probably was.
After Spacey, it went downhill.
And there goes our viewership right downhill.
No.
I'm just kidding.
I'm here to say the controversial stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Oh.
But
classic TV shows. Tiny Toons. I can't believe you.
What?
I can't believe you.
What, would you rather me have said Blue's Clues?
Yeah.
No. Oh.
I did. Went there.
You went there.
I went there.
You were saying I was cringy for Tiny Toons, and you go.
Everybody.
No, that was the wrong one. That was Face. No, what the heck? Yeah,
you were close. I think you were Blue's Clues.
That was on Nick Jr. You remember Nick Jr.?
I do remember Nick Jr.
And you remember Face, where he would always be like, burr, burr, burr. Long time ago.
Yeah, it's a long time ago.
And I'm making me sound like, what is this weirdo?
Welcome to the noise making podcast,
right?
Where we make sounds with our mouths,
right?
Oh. I remember one thing that just got me excited, and Mom ever wanted to, get me to do anything. She's like, "You want to go check the mail?" Nah. It's mail time. I'm gonna check the mail.
Oh my gosh.
And then I do the little tune. We just got a letter. We just got a letter.
Wonder who it's from. Boo.
See?
Yeah.
There you go. Now you're getting it.
Yep. And then, if you look at it now, it's not even the same Steve. It's like, what?
It's been through... Are they on their third Steve? They might be on their fourth. The fact that you even
have an idea that they might be on their third or fourth Steve makes me question some things.
I keep up with stuff, okay?
Why? No.
What else am I going to do?
You know what's kind of crappy is that people have been trying to say that the reason the old Steve went away from the show is because he turned into like a creeper or something like that. No, he was getting older. Like he said this in an interview. He's like, I'm getting older. I'm getting bald. So, I mean,
That's not going to work out for
Yeah.
a kid's show.
exactly. He's like, so we need to get somebody else in here. I love doing this, but I need to focus on something, more adult now. And you guys need to find a replacement. And from what I've heard, they all suck.
Yeah.
But honestly, how do you?
How do you top the original Steve?
Yeah.
You don't.
I mean, as cornball as the TV show was, you also have to remember it is a children's TV show.
Yeah.
Like, we're talking from the age of like 2 or 3 to like maybe 7. If
Exactly. You got to think of the audience, and for the audience, it's fine.
that. Yeah. Oh yeah.
For
Exactly.
the audience, it's okay.
Exactly. Why are we talking about children's TV shows?
Why are we talking about Blue's Clues?
Yeah.
Classic TV shows.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. I'm like, why are we doing this? This is sounding weird. Oh, yeah, that's why.
Oh.
Because we were told to talk about people.
Oh, yes. Frosty. We are talking about people. So there.
So there, we got a comment. We just got a comment.
And we just got a comment.
And we got our, at least that's what you were saying on the podcast, we got our first dislike.
Oh, no. It could have possibly been what I said about Harley Davidson.
It would have been nice to know
Oh.
what it was all about.
Well,
Instead of
if
just-
they disliked it, they're probably not going to listen to any future episodes. But I would say, tell us what you didn't like about the podcast. Is it my annoying voice?
No, it's
Is
my
it
annoying
is
voice.
it his annoying voice?
Is it both of our annoying voices?
Apparently, Frosty said I also have a sexy voice. So
Yeah, well,
you're just jealous.
whatever.
Oh, talking about classic TV shows, kind of bringing it back. Cheesiness of classic TV shows. How I remember the first episode of MacGyver, the guns sounded like freaking laser beams. Oh yeah, they had a horrific sound design for the firearms. They were AK-47s, but they sound just like choo 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 choo. Just terrible,
Wow.
terrible. I remember we were watching that episode, me and my friend, in the back of his minivan on a laptop because it came in a DVD box set.
Yeah.
This is the generation gap between you and I. And his uncle was sitting in the seat above us. And he said, turn that off or I'm throwing the laptop out the window. Because it was the gunshots specifically were so off. They were so high-pitched and laser-like that he's like, it's making my ears ring. Shut it off.
I need to watch MacGyver now just to see how terrible this is.
Oh, we will. After this, I will find the pilot episode of MacGyver
Nice.
just to show you. I appreciate MacGyver.
And yeah,
He made the Swiss Army knife cool.
I saw MacGyver, Richard Dean Anderson,
Oh yeah.
in Stargate. Did you ever watch
that's-
Stargate?
Oh. Again, it was kind of one of those things where I would catch it when it was on,
Yeah.
but I never owned any of the box sets. Pretty much just watched it whenever it came on.
It's MacGyver basically in space. Well, not really in space. It's kind of if you watch the movie, I'm pretty sure they explain it. Mm-hmm. But I can't remember if Richard Dean Anderson is in the movie. Crap.
Oh.
But here's a fun fact that I just found out.
Oh.
Chris Judge, the
Yep.
guy who plays Teal'c in the TV show.
I remember him.
Now, if this is correct, he also plays the voice of Kratos.
Oh, in the God of War game.
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
I'm like,
War.
and you saw that one too. Where I found that out is I can't remember. I clicked on some random YouTube video, and it's like, the voice of God of War up.
Back when it first came out.
No, he was hosting a like a game reward show with this little kid, and he's all like, and the winner is, and then there's this awkward silence, and he's like, read it, boy, or something like that.
Boy.
Yeah.
Did you... Now, we're going to sound really lame. Did you...
Like we haven't already.
Did you watch the God of War walkthrough? Because I did. It's a really good game.
That's that's the only thing I do with video games right now, because I don't have a system anymore.
Yeah. Okay. That's a popular thing to do. Because a lot of these people are doing the entire game on YouTube.
Yeah.
Would I rather watch it? Because, okay, a good solid chunk of modern video games are story-based.
Yeah.
So, if you have somebody play it through, like back in the day, okay, when the first Uncharted came out.
Okay.
You remember when the first Uncharted came out?
I never got into the popular games.
2009.
Okay.
2008, 2009. That was really like, okay, you got to pay attention during the cutscenes. It's pretty much like a movie. In fact, PlayStation actually kind of ran with that concept for one of their ads. It was kind of like guys writing in, and he's like, hey, listen, PlayStation, I've been playing Uncharted with my girlfriend. She still thinks it's a TV show. What do I do? And they pretty much said, don't tell her and don't suck.
And don't suck.
But, think of it now. Everybody's stuck inside. So, and who wants to spend $60 on a singular video game?
Who can right now?
Who can? That's the real question.
Yeah.
So, people do the whole playthrough, let's play, whatever you want to call it. Watch it.
Well, and see, what I've noticed is that even just the cutscenes, there's like 2 to 4 hours in a lot of these games.
Oh.
So it's like you have just 2 to 4 hours of cutscenes. How long is the freaking game?
I don't know which one you're talking about. I know of one. I can't remember specifically the name, but I remember looking it up. Oh, Kingdom Hearts 3. I think we've already talked about this. Just the cutscenes is like 10.5 hours.
What game is that?
Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom
3.
Hearts, that's right.
Yep.
Wow.
10.5 hours of cutscenes. So at minimum, you're talking
20.
You're talking 20 to 25 hours.
That's if you're good and don't suck.
So if you don't have to retry at certain bosses, you could easily spend 25 hours on that game, start to finish.
But see, I think that's the point of what a lot of these game designers do. And I've never played Kingdom Hearts. Like, I never got into the RPG games. And isn't that what Kingdom Hearts is?
Kind of. And that's the only RPG game that I've really gotten into.
And see,
because it's Disney, man.
Well, yeah, I understand. I'm not bagging on it.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not.
I feel attacked.
Well, yeah, it's not that hard.
Shots fired.
No, because I suck so hard at video games, I would always watch my younger brother play them because it was more entertaining for me to watch him. Like, I watched him go through the Metal Gear Solid games.
Yes.
And those are pretty good. I think
they
that's
are.
one of the ones that where I went ahead and went on to YouTube and watched all the cutscenes. Well, it's a very interesting story.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. No.
We
Metal
did
Gear
talk
Solid-
about Metal Gear.
We
remember
did.
that.
I think we're starting to rehash a little bit from.
Oh no!
Our first podcast.
Oh no! Couldn't be that one was an hour and 45 minutes, and we just went off the wall on everything.
Yeah, but hey, you know what? That's why people are here.
Right?
For the talking.
Yeah, because they're all stuck inside. You know.
Kojima. That's who I was trying to think of.
Yeah.
Kojima. Hideo Kojima made the Metal Gear Solid games. Excellent.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, he knocked it out of the park as far as engagement. It was the first real. It's labeled as a tactical espionage game,
And that's
I mean,
exactly what it is.
nailed it.
That's exactly what it is. Because even I watch a lot of Angry Video Game Nerd. Even the older games, like on the regular Nintendo and stuff like that, same kind of thing.
Yep,
It's just a little bit weirder with a top-down version of it.
little bit. Of course, they kind of kept that for the PlayStation version too.
Oh yeah,
That
you're
was
right.
That was
They didn't-
kind of your view. Was kind of that, not top down, but kind of angled
third person.
third person.
Yeah.
Distant third person.
Yeah, you weren't like, it wasn't enough for you to like be at a container and see a guy around you to a point. But
Which added to, hey, sometimes you had to take a risk. It's like, is there anybody around this corner?
Exactly.
Am I
Exactly.
going to alert the guards?
right?
Here we go.
Yep.
I played Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty.
And I remember we talked about that.
We talked about that one too.
That's a good one.
That was less of the top down, and that was more exploratory,
Yeah.
because you're on this giant oil barge out in the middle of nowhere, and you pretty much just gotta, I got a key for here, so I gotta go back here, and I gotta go do this, and I can't get caught, and I gotta drain this room because it's flooded, because I can't hold my breath long enough to go hit this switch at the bottom. And
That's very convoluted.
yes, it is. It was fun though. It was
yeah.
fun for how old was I back then? 10, 11 year old. Yeah.
0405.
0405. Just melt your brain for hours, just doing the same thing. We have the tolerance and the patience at that age.
What are you talking about at that age? That still happens.
Now, when you're younger, you're dedicated. I mean, in a video game, like, oh, I died. I'm gonna try again. Oh, I died. Try it again. Next, you start at 3:00 in the afternoon when you get home from school. Next thing you know, it's 8:30, and I gotta go to bed.
Well, a lot of times people don't really grow out of that. I've got a coworker who,
The infamous coworker.
no,
Not him.
no, not him.
Oh.
No, different one.
Different him.
He saw me polishing on my truck one day, so he decided he was gonna do a little bit. He was driving the boss. No, we had washed the boss's truck.
Yep.
And then he was just noticing how garbage the wheels looked.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought when I left, he was pretty close to being gone. Like 2 hours later, he sends me this text. I don't know what's wrong with me. I think I have a problem. And it shows the wheels are all polished up. It's like, bro is your friend. I think you need some help. But you're talking about that. you're talking about getting involved with something when you're a kid, and then look, it's 8:00. We still do that,
Yeah, but
It just doesn't have a lot to do with video games nowadays.
no, and you're right. Like
Your pickup. I'm sorry, this is not two guys talking about cars. I'm just throwing an example out there.
Yeah, I could get lost for hours in the pickup, or something could make me really mad, and I just
throw tools.
throw tools, which I did. Tried to hook up a tachometer and accidentally cutting my spark plug wire in half. Yeah,
I forgot about that.
The wife looked at me and she's like, "Should I ask?" And I'm just like, "No,
don't ask."
And she knew, because usually I'm like, "Oh well, this happened or that happened," and what made her ask was I tried to patch it back up.
Oh,
you can't.
No.
Spark plug wires, you can't. So I tried to patch it back up, and I go to try and start it, and it just cranking, it won't start. And so then I'm back under the hood, just sweating, huffy puffy. And she goes, "Should I ask?" "No." "Okay." And then she keeps doing her own thing, and yeah, that's how my projects go. I enjoy them up until the one little hitch that goes wrong, and then everything sucks.
Yeah, well, that's just kind of how my projects are. As my Jeep has been sitting down there with no wiring for a month.
Yeah. Yeah, well.
Yeah.
At least you have a backup rig. Because I'm currently working on the backup rig in case one of our daily drivers breaks down. That's just the reality of it.
Well, yeah. Well, that's the backup rig. My pickup is the backup rig.
Exactly. So
yeah.
Yeah, and the daily drivers, man, you just don't want to touch them. Just
because they're working, it's like no,
they're working. Don't do it.
Don't touch it.
That'd be really cool to put a hotter coil in there.
Yep.
But what's that gonna do? Oh, they have to go to work on Monday morning. No.
Exactly. Well, and I'd love to do, some cool hot roddy stuff to my car, but I have to keep remembering this is my daily driver.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't want to put that much money into it because and make it really nice because it's going to go to a log yard every single day.
Yeah.
And especially right now, oh my gosh, the ash that gets on that car.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And what sucks is that for the first time in months, I washed the car, and then all the wildfires started to get really bad. Yeah. And I'm just like, this sucks, but I'm not going to sit here and whine about it because there's lots of people that have lost cars.
Exactly.
So I'm not going to whine about it.
Pro tip to everybody out there while I'm thinking about it and before we end the podcast: if you have ash on your car, wash it before the rain hits, because that ash turns to lye. Lye is used in soap. It's one of the... And raw lye could actually...
caustic.
It can burn your skin, and it will ruin your clear coat. So, if you have ash, and it's kind of a nice day, nice-ish day, make sure to wash it off. Use plenty of soap. Get it all off of there.
Just to have it...
Protect your ride.
Just to have it throw more ash the next day.
Well,
the same day.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, it's a battle right now.
You definitely want to do it before the first rain.
Run it through a car wash.
Yeah.
I mean, it sucks, but who has time to wash their car 4 or 5 times in a month or two?
It's true. And I'm sure the weekends, if you run through it during the week, the next weekend is probably going to be fine.
Yeah. But honestly, everybody just stay safe.
Absolutely. I want to thank all of our firefighters out there on the front line, the loggers that are cutting the fire lines and opening the roads up. Thank you all. Y'all are awesome.
Oh, yes.
That will do it for our 4th episode of the Nonsensical Nobodies. Everybody just stay safe.